Tonight, the Portland Public Schools Board of Education held a session to discuss how to keep kids safe at school.
They covered a range of topics, all focusing on school security. Fox 12's Chandler Watkins joins us live from North Portland. And Chandler, what were the main takeaways from the meeting?
Yeah, this was the first of 2 work sessions. There were many things that were discussed tonight, but one of the biggest takeaways was the possibility of bringing SROs, or school resource officers, back to campus. Tuesday evening, Portland Public Schools Board of Education discussed physical safety and security in schools.
This is a complex set of issues. They're multidimensional. We've made great gains and a lot of preventative measures, and there's probably some additional steps that we can take. So it's important to keep talking, and that's what we're doing here this evening.
They heard responses from students and campus staff about whether they feel safe at school, how gun violence has impacted them and their school community, and what changes the district can make to make schools feel safer.
I think that students are not necessarily unified on this issue. It's different for everyone. But I think that it's important to share that a lot of students do have these really big concerns, especially regarding SROs.
Another question posed was what should or could be the purpose of a relationship with law enforcement. Last year, conversations surrounding the return of school resource officers to campus were brought up. Board members had mixed opinions on the topic.
We're going to continue to have those conversations, including with our educators, to make sure we're hearing the wide perspectives that do exist in our community.
PPS says it will continue to hold these focus groups. It's also reached out to the teachers union and families to get their input as well. A student summit is happening later this week where students can speak directly to the board members. Live in Northwest Portland, Chandler Watkins, Fox 12 Oregon.